Hello everyone, and welcome to my channel The Baker's Table. And I'm today first time going live on Facebook, so just bear with me if something goes wrong and just let me know if you have logged in so that I can start my session. Few of them just say hi and from where you're watching. So today I'll be demonstrating this lily flower. So this is what I have made yesterday, and it's with fondant, not with gum paste. So many people were requesting me what can I use instead of gum paste, since it's lockdown time and nobody is having access to shops. So they were asking me, can I make flowers with fondant? So this is like what I have made for you. So this is a fondant flower which I'll be demonstrating you now. Mostly flowers are made with gum paste, as it is more stretchable, flexible, you can roll out very thin. So that's why mostly flowers are made out of gum paste. So today I'll be demonstrating you with fondant. So for this we will be starting with this part, that's the centerpiece. What do we call as the sigma. So this is the sigma and this is the stamens. So we'll be starting with this part first. So for the centerpiece I'm using a 30 gauge wire, and I'm using a white color wire. Why white color is like when I since this wire has a thin paper around it, so I don't have to put fondant over it again because my stamens has to look very delicate. So I'll be directly painting on this wire. So I'm cutting it into 4 equal parts. So actually there are 2 types of stamens. In this open type of lily, these stamens are like this, and there will be another lily which is like called the Easter lily. In this, the stamens will be like this. That's the portion will be up, and here it will be slightly horizontal. So we'll be making both these types of stamens. So for that I don't like to use many tools. I use hands preferably. So you have to just make a hook like this for both the types. So for this type of stamen, this hook is perfectly fine. You can just pinch it a bit more and it's ready. And for this type of stamen, what you have to do is just bend it a bit more and press it down. So this is the stamen for the open lily. Okay, so I have few stamens ready here for the closed one, and this centerpiece is already ready. So I'll just show you how to make this segment and this stamen. So this is brown color fondant. I have mixed white in this and a bit of Tylose powder. So this is the brand I use for Tylose powder. So to convert your fondant into gum paste, not exactly gum paste, but to get that stiffness, that it should dry faster, to do that I add Tylose to it. So just a pinch of Tylose. Just knead it. You need a very small portion. Sorry for that. Just give this shape. I'm using any tool which is sharp like a knife. You can use a knife also. Just give a bend. If you have any queries, just go on. You can ask your questions. So this is the stamen for the open lily which you're making like this. So this you can directly I'll show you how to dust the flower at the end. Just for the stamen part, I'm directly dipping this into the brown petal dust. You can use cocoa powder as well, but cocoa powder is a bit darker than this. So this your steam-in is ready. So this is one of the steam-in we need. And actually for a lily, the number of steam-ins are equal to the number of petals you have. So if you have 6 petals, if this flower has 6 petals, so you'll have 6 steam-ins and 1 sigma. So 4 we already have. Today actually I'll be showing you 2 types of lily. One is this open lily and other will be a Easter lily, which is without wires. Actually not without wires, it will have less wires, so you can easily make it without much of tools. Just pinch it. And your steam-in is ready. One more. Are there any questions? So totally we have 6 steam-ins ready here for our Easter lily. So now for the center part, I'm using Tylos again, bunch of Tylos. Just knead it. Actually whenever you use Tylos, just put your fondant for resting for at least 10 minutes. So I'll knead it and keep until we make our steam-in. Our fondant will be ready to be used. So for the sigma part, just take a pinch. Using the pomade a bit, it's sticky. So just hold at one side and just go around to the upper portion. And at the end, just make it flat. So at the bottom you can make an ovary if you want, as the plant has. If you don't want, then you can skip it. So this is your sigma. For the sigma, we will give just 3 marks, dents, 1, 2 and 3. So this is your centerpiece. This we will be dusting with petal dust. So I'll just keep it for drying. So this is a veneer board which we use for wired petals. If you don't have this, you can still make the petals, but this will make your work easier. I'll show you how to use the veneer board. roll out as thin as you can. So now this is the lily cutter we will be using, and these are the veiners. So this veiner board will give you a ridge here. So what you have to do is just place your cutter over it and cut it.
Question: do we need to dust it before rolling?
Yes, you can dust if it's sticking too much to your hands. You can definitely dust it with corn flour. Gum paste if you are using, in that case just use a bit of shortening, apply it to the veiner board and then roll it out. Because if you use more of corn flour on gum paste, your petals will dry out soon and it will crack on you when you wire them. So this is the way we cut our petals. So this flower is wired, so we need a ridge here in which we will be inserting our wire. For the Easter lily, which will be like this without wires, this is just 3 petals right now. So for this lily we don't need any wires, so for that you don't need this veiner board. So this we will be doing it later. So for now I'll just cut out 2 more. One I have taken without the ridge, so I'll show you what I'll be using it for. So we'll be veining these. We will get different types of veiners. So this is the locally available veiner. We do have a better quality veiners. Flavor Craft has one, and we have many online sites where you can get lily veiners and cutters. So this is readily available and a cheaper option. We have a very expensive veiners as well, which will give you more detailed veins. So these ones I require it for without the wires. So I am just pressing in the mold, but the ones with the wires, we will insert the wire first and then we will give the impression with the impression tool. Okay, so for this one, which we'll be using with the wires, for the stamens I used 30 gauge wire, since the higher the gauge, the thinner the wire. So this is my 28 gauge wire for my petals. You can use 26 as well. So for the petals, I just cut it into 3 equal parts, 1 wire. So if you want, you can use water or glue, but not required since this fondant is just soft. I can directly use it. So this is how we use the veiner board and ridge. Just with my finger support, I'm just inserting this wire till half of the petal, till here. It's not till here, it's just till here. So now once the wire is inserted, I'll just pinch it at the corner and then I will vein it for the wired ones. Okay, so now we'll begin smoothing the edges. So for that I'm using this steel bowling tool. You can use the dusting tool also. Just go back and forth and you will get these thin sides and the frill effect. Okay, so same we will be doing for these. Even if it tears like this, that's no problem, because flowers are not perfect, all petals are not perfect. The bigger the bowling tool you use, like this one, see.
What kind of board pink one is?
This is a foam board. This is a soft foam board. This you get in all decorative shops for cakes. So see, if you use a bigger tool, the frills are less. So depending upon which type of flower you are making, you have to use the bowling tools. My bowling tool is half on the board and half on the petals. Okay, so these are for the Easter lily, so I won't be dusting it with more colors, but this is for our this kind of lily. So I'll show you how to dust these, and I preferably dust it when it is wet, means the fondant is still wet, so that the dusting colors will settle very soon. And if you want to dry it and then dust it, that is also fine. So I'll show you how to dust it. So these are the dust colors. I use sugaring brand for my dusting. This is plum, this is candy pink, green, yellow. So you get all colors in sugaring. So just give a marking just inside of your frills. Don't go too out, don't go till the edges, and don't go too much inside. I'm using this is plum pink color. Just at the edges, and for the inner one I'm using a brighter pink. Okay, just one more time. And just mixing yellow with green for the bottom part. And a tinge at the beginning, a slight at the corners. Okay, and this we will have to just bend it from here with your hands, slightly bend it, and from here I'm bending it 90 degrees like this. Why? Because I'll be resting these petals like this, so this will act as a support and your wire won't come out of the petal. So these are the already made petals which are dried right now, so I'll be using these petals to show you. You have to leave this for drying for at least 4 hours or overnight, so that it holds its shape and doesn't crack on you. So now I'll be showing you how to dust this part. For this mostly we'll be using green and yellow. This is a lighter green I'm using. You can use the leaf green also. This is the color. Touch of brown. So this is your sigma. And these stamens also will be dusting with dust colors. since I told you this has a white color paper on it, so color fits settles on it very soon. Now we'll be wiring these together. So sigma in the center. You can wire them one by one or all together, whichever you prefer, whichever is easier for you. So I just like to do it at once. You can start with a bit less. You can start with the bottom edge. Just pinch it, pull it apart so that the glue activates, and then roll it. Okay. So this is your centerpiece. You can arrange the sigmas and the stamens as you want. Okay, this is the centerpiece for the Easter lily. So now I'll be arranging this dried petals. So for arranging, which we have bent, just bend it back straight. Okay, all the petals.
Which materials are needed?
Material for what? For flowers. So we'll arrange these one by one.
We will get the tape in the cake material shop.
Yes, we will get this tape. This is called the floral tape. You get it in colors as well. You'll get it in brown, white and green. So right now I'm using a green color floral tape. So what I like to do is, instead of using the full width floral tape, which is quite wide, I just cut it into half. Just give a slit here, just tear it apart, so you'll get two smaller ones. So now we'll be arranging the petals. Next one.
Is the tape already sticky?
Yes, it's sticky. You have to just press it like this. Just stretch it so that the glue gets activated and it will be sticking to your wires. Always come till the down part of it so that all the wires are getting clubbed together. You can actually just break it off from here. So the third one. So as you can see, I have arranged it diagonally so that the rest of the petals can come in between like this. And the last one. Okay, so now you can arrange the petals as you want. So I will be painting the dots. So for that I'll use my gel colors. I'm using a darker pink, electric purple here, and not black or brown. I'm using electric purple. Or you can use this pink as well, darker pink, fuchsia. I'm directly taking onto my brush, just wetting my brush a bit, directly taking the paint on it. And you can paint your leaves beforehand, before wiring them. What you have to do is just go like this. Don't go too much inside, just where your color starts. Okay. use a thin brush. You can use the pen also, eatable pens which you get. If you're not so comfortable with the brush, you can use the eatable pen also. So here you go. So this is your open lily, and now I'll be showing you how to make the Easter lily. Easter lily is actually quite very simple, and this has less wires, so it's more better to use without wires. So for the Easter lily, see, which we have made like this, the petals without wires, we'll arrange them like this. Okay. I'll be sticking these together. Okay. And for this we do get molds, but then molds, this is the easier way. So this is the egg tray which has this kind of cavities. So what I have done is I've cut the upper portion here, and I'll be placing this inside here, and with some tool just press it inside. Bend the sides and leave it to dry. So once it's dry, you get this shape here. So once you're done till here, what you have to do is use the packet from this one. You have to stick the remaining like this. Okay, so use some water and some lotion. Just apply water here and to dry. This is the inner portion which will go in between these. Last one. And for the center part of this one, what we generally do is, this is our stamen ready. Either you can pierce it here, right here, okay, and take it from this side. Before that, I would like to dust it with a petal dust, which is a pearl petal dust, just for shine. Just taking out some excess color if it has any. These are normal makeup brush. With this pearl dust, you will get the shine. Since it's still wet, it's moving along, so let it dry. And for the bottom part, just mix some green, just to pull it down. Okay, same you can do for the inner portion. Just a slight tinge of green, and in goes your steamer. So this is your Easter lily. So wherever the dusting is not done properly, for the ones which are just now we have placed, green color has come up. So here's, so these flowers, actually you don't have to use the wire here also. You can cut it this short till here. Just put some fondant or gum paste at the end, the bottom, and just stick this center part there. So this you can directly place onto the cakes like this, or on your whipped cream cakes you can directly place, or if you want the wire you can use the wires as well. So with the wires it will have the better look. So let it dry. For drying, I'll dry it like this, give some support so that these petals just curl a bit, and then you'll have your Easter lily and your open lily. So these are the two flowers we have made today. Hope you enjoyed the session. If you have any questions, just let me know. Okay, any questions are there? Okay, so there are no questions. Fine. If you have any questions, you can post on my channel. Just try out these flowers. You can post the pictures on my channel, share with everyone, and just like to say thank you for watching. Share your knowledge in this time. You have lots of time to share, make friends, stay safe, stay clean, and bye bye.